Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video on the Announcement channel. Today is my NXT server inside the ECW NXT RP server in Discord. I used to have run an NXT show. I actually owned it, but the owner Hugo, not only did he disrespect me, he replaced me. But we're gonna go back in time and watch, and I'm just gonna show off everything I did here before it all gets deleted because he just gave ownership away again. It went from NXT, and now Maggie took it and then made it House of Glory, and now for some reason Maggie's also being replaced with Stay Humble. We got 2 shows now, even though he bullied me. You know, proof that Hugo loves bullies. And we're gonna start from all the way from the beginning, from the first ever NXT show I ever did. Let me know what you guys think. I'm just going to scroll through here. David Otunga, Michael Cole, and we're the commentators. Mark Nash, he is the announcer. This is a match between Bobby Lashley versus Omos versus Titus O'Neil, a triple threat. It was for the NXT Heritage Cup in Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center. 16,000 people watching. This is all the moves that happened in it. I won't take too long scrolling through. And then all of a sudden, and then my old friend from Xbox, he wanted to join in, so I let him win the championship in this. He replaced Omos in the match and won the Heritage Cup. And he got a bunch of people to interfere for him, of course, so he could win. Well, mainly Penta. And then I had this amazing, one of the best NXT Cruiserweight Championship matches I ever had. Mr. Iguana, Lince Dorado, and Rey Mysterio. Probably the best triple threat match I ever had in my life. Glow sticks, bro. This was a glow-in-the-dark Mountain Dew match. Absolutely crazy. Like, y'all, this match was so long. It was so long, too, man, and I really put a lot of effort into it. Like, oh, this match was one of my favorites of all time, man. And Lince Dorado getting his moment was awesome. This match I didn't actually do. I let, as you see, I let this guy do the match. You'll see his profile in a minute. Yep, and he did some of this match, the Usos and the Fatus, like usual, the Hardy Boys as well. It was a bit of a mess, to be honest. My matches are way better than theirs. Next, we have AJ Lee versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship in a triple threat. It was crazy. We got Spinebusters, back body drops, standing moonsaults, shining wizards, mudhole stomp, sliding dropkick, roundhouse kick. So many different moves. The merry-go-round. And then Tamina making her NXT debut to help AJ Lee win the championship, to reunite with her as tag partners, to be her bodyguard. And we had Ahmed Johnson making his NXT debut, fighting the Big Show and Mark Henry for the NXT North American Championship. And this was in a Hell in a Cell. I had Techno Team 2000 interfere to help Big Show win. Bro, this right here was insane. He fell off the top of the Hell in a Cell. What an OMG moment that was. The super chokeslam breaking the Hell in a Cell roof, and Big Show wins, breaking the cage. And then I had a Punjabi prison match for the NXT World title. It was the Great Khali versus Kane. This all happened last month. And Demolition Smash as well. It was a great match. Here are all the moves that happened in it. Lots of suplexes and elbows and just tossing people around. Steel chairs. There's the prison right there. So cool, you get to actually see it. Oh my god. I love those GIFs. They really make the match better. They climbed out to the second level. Jinder Mahal helped Great Khali win, and the Undertaker's tag team, the Ministry of Darkness, also interfered. And eventually the Great Khali won the belt. Jacob Novak and Percy Watson made their debuts, do a promo. This is my server, NGW. I do a lot of stuff there. Demolition Smash won the NXT Championship the first time. But this is all the NXT challenges and stuff. These were the NXT entrances of the pros. And this was the second show I ever did. NXT's newest intros to honor the fallen legendary musicians, and the 10-bell salute for everybody that passed away last week, all the celebrities. You can see all their names right here. Very, very sad, man. Rest in peace to all those people. And yeah, David Otunga got in a rivalry with Casey King because he interfered last time and choked him out with a bar of soap. We had Titus O'Neil having Hulk Hogan replace him to fight MVP, and he cut a really good promo. You can read it if you want right now. Great promo. Absolutely great promo, man. And then this was the match itself. MVP was a little bit cowardly, and it costed him. Hogan won the belt. He became number one contender for the belt. Mustafa Ali, the heart of pro wrestling, fought for the number one contendership match against it was going to be against his rival Kofi Kingston, and then TJ Perkins replaced him because Kofi Kingston was over the 205-pound weight limit, so he couldn't compete. And there's Hugo right here, one of the guys who betrayed me. I'm a big fan of TJP, only because they both live in California, which is a very bad state right now. This match is basically a submission match. Lots of kicks and submissions. The Marks would enjoy this for sure. Lots of finishers and signatures as well, man. But TJP won in the end. We had a number one contendership for the NXT Tag Team Championships. It was Techno Team 2000, Travis and Troy, versus the Street Profits, making their NXT returns. And the Street Profits broke up after they lost against Techno Team 2000. And then we had the NXT Women's number one contender match. Danny Palmer going up against Eva Marie. And Eva Marie actually was a bit braver than usual in this encounter, but she still lost at the end. And she did a great promo, Danny Palmer. She also has a pretty good political mind as well. We got Squeaky Clean Casey King getting squashed by David Otunga. And David Otunga allied himself with R-Truth in the tag team. They're an alliance now. And now Kane. Yeah, Kane versus Undertaker in a number one contenders match. I asked Hugo to do this, and he never did it for me, so I had to do it myself. And it was a pretty great match. It was back and forth. Kane rose up right there, as you can see. Man, so much work was put into this. Wade Barrett and his Nexus ambushed the Brothers of Destruction in the match. Kane did win, and the Nexus all did promos. Look at this. Look at them explaining their actions right here. Awesome. Wade Barrett, Ryback, Michael Tarver, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, all of them rewriting history. And this was the third show, which was the first ever pay-per-view, and probably the last I'll ever do in this server, since I'll be banned again. SummerSlam Intro 2025. I called this Back at the Beach, or Bash at the Beach, whatever you want to call it. Wade Barrett made his in-ring return versus John Cena in his NXT debut. John Cena cut a promo responding to Wade Barrett's promo from the week before, the show before. And yeah, they had a lockup. It was a lot of different moves. I did all of this, by the way. I did all of this by myself. The only match I didn't do was the Usos one, because I'm not even a fan of them. I'm not a fan of the Bloodline. And that match was terrible. I did all of this by myself. I debuted the Apple in NXT. Evan Bourne, Mark Henry Santino, Sheamus, and Daniel Bryan all together to fight the Nexus in a feud. And look at their interference. Look, he led all his stablemates to brawl with Nexus. And John Cena took advantage, got the win off his Cobra. And then we had a wrestling school rivalry match from the NXT competition show. Damian Sandow versus Biggie Langston. It was a pretty great match. Damian Sandow allied himself with MJF since he was his pro for the NXT competition show. It was a pretty competitive match, but surprisingly, Damian Sandow won. And then the first ever beach brawl match in history, Hulk Hogan versus Baker Ball. This is Baker Ball's his second match and his last match as well. There's not much after this left, but Hulk Hogan beat him, and while he was laid out, he got emotional. Look at this, man. Look at this gif. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, man. And then Baker Ball, he did an I Quit promo where he basically left the company. The real person who actually plays as him can't be on Discord anymore until he gets older. We have a no-holds-barred match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, TJP versus Lince Dorado. A match that never got to happen because I was kicked out, banned. I didn't get to finish it. There was lots of drama in the server with everyone. Everyone was against me, but I was strong enough to withstand the bullying in it, and I didn't let it affect me. This is all of the match cards. These were the results right here. Everything that happened. And this was the first show ever. The first match card. I did about 3 shows before I got canceled. Before I tried to... As you can see, Maggie Waggy over here literally stealing my show, which is kind of crazy, He completely stole my show. And try to make it into House of Glory and add some TNA guys too, but before that tranny did all that, I was able to do all this. Everybody loved my roster. Look at this, 8 fire emojis from people who hate me. 8 fire emojis. Actually, none of them hate me that much, but 8 fire emojis, man. People were excited. This is my full roster, by the way, right here. I'm going to copy it, actually, as a matter of fact. It's a pretty big roster. Pretty big roster, man. And I never got to use most of those guys, which sucks, And since you guys can see my roster, what matches would you do? What rivalries would you do? And this was the NXT competition show. Competitors. I never even got to finish the competition show. I only got to do 1 challenge, and that was it. 1 challenge that Biggie won and Damian Sandow got eliminated in. I didn't even get to do anything else. I did a roster cut. I cutted those guys off from the roster. Sadly, we had a couple stables. We have Jerry Lawler and Roddy Piper brought back their talk shows, which got erased. Sadly, the NXT GM Ava Raine brought back the Guerrero family. I did all of this. I played all of these characters and everything. The Acolytes got ambushed and Demolition beat them up. It was a great brawl. Hulk Hogan and Jamar Hampton had a pretty interesting interaction. Yeah, pretty crazy. Let's just say that. And then this used to be the Brutus the Barber Beefcake's barbershop, and then it got changed to House of Glory Champions. But as you can see here, this used to be the barbershop of Brutus Beefcake. And yeah, pretty crazy stuff happened here. Curran White and Jamar Hampton had a pretty racial exchange, but Curran White won the brawl, ambushed him. This was the wrestling school. I'm doing this in reverse. Gavin Spears and Tommy Tanner got to wrestle here against Big E in a handicap. Percy Watson hosted the show. These were the results for what happened. And yeah, pretty great. Pretty cool, man. William Regal got to commentate for this, and Byron Saxton. Yeah, it's sad that it never got to end. And these are all the live events. Pretty interesting live events for sure. And here's the whole damn show by Rob Van Dam. I was gonna do an interview, but I never got to do it. And here are some promos that I've done. Some of them I did,